Hey everybody, Scott Mayboy here, your financial Sherpa. Happy Friday afternoon. It is just about just a little after 5 o'clock, I guess. Um, just a quick video. I got a couple questions on the video I posted yesterday about who is your biggest creditor in retirement. So I have my pad of paper and I have my marker. So it's kind of one of the things I like to talk to people about is going into retirement, what you're going to have for liabilities, because unfortunately, the 401k system is your biggest liability in your retirement. And when I talk about protecting people's assets going forward, one of the things you have to protect against is the government coming and taking most of your money. And there were some questions about that yesterday, so just wanted to do a quick kind of follow up. If this is your mortgage, so that's $500,000, that's a 5, and that's your mortgage is never going to be more than that amount. You can pay it off at any time. It's currently tax deductible, and rates are really low still. So why would you worry about paying that off in retirement or before you retire? It's low rate, it's tax deductible, it's never going up. If it started at $500,000 and you've been making payments, it's now something less when you retire. Your credit cards, maybe you owe $25,000. Rates suck, not tax deductible. Probably a good idea to pay this one off, but again, the $25,000, assuming you don't use the card, isn't going up. It's only going down. So not something you necessarily, not necessarily a good debt, certainly something you want to get rid of, but not something you have to worry about quantifying. Car loan, auto loan, 50 grand. Again, pay it off anytime, no penalty, relatively low rates for most people. Not a great debt to have, but again, it's something you can quantify and it doesn't go up. Now here's the problem. Here's your 401k. You retire, you've been diligent, you have $1 million in your 401k, what is your tax liability? When I ask people, when they show me a 401k statement and I said, that's great, you've done well, how much of that is yours? People always say, all of it. There's my name right there. The problem is, out of that $1 million in a tax deferred account, when you take the money out, assuming you're over 59 and a half, you owe taxes. How much tax you owe is not something I can define for you or your accountant or anybody else until such time as you take the money out. And that's a problem. So if you think tax rates are going up, so let's say your tax rate's 25%, 30%, 10%, 20%, whatever you think your tax rate's going to be, take that off that. So you may retire next year and pay 20%. Following year, you may pay 18. 10 years after that, you may pay 50. I have no idea. But the biggest problem you have, and again, your largest liability in retirement, is that $1 million and how much of that belongs to the IRS. And you have no choice. If you make it to 70 and a half and you haven't taken any money out, they call it an RMD and they make you take the money out. And if you don't, the penalty is currently 50%. So the biggest liability people have going into their retirement is not their mortgage that they're worried about paying off before they retire. It's not a $50,000 or $30,000 car loan. It's not what you got on your credit cards. It's this. And if you've done everything the government told you to do all those years, and you have a large balance in here, you also have a large debt because you have deferred the taxes on that money in an IRA, a 401k, a 403b, etc. And you have to pay it back. And if you owe whatever you want to call it, 20%, 30%, 25%, it's a big chunk of money. And in many cases, it's bigger than the mortgage most people worry about. So just some food for thought. Hope that clarified some things. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.